In the last video, we covered the importance of picking a niche that you're already interested in and potentially already have an edge in. And that's super important because you'll be willing to work longer than other people and you'll already have a leg up skill-wise on the competition. That said, there are definitely some things that you want to remember to consider when you're doing so. So here are a few things to keep in mind in order to find your winning niche. First, just because you see one or even a few other channels that have been able to get tons of views in that niche does not always mean that it is a good niche. Make sure that you're validating that there are several decent channels and decent demand for that topic already. Remember, for every successful superstar athlete that you see on TV, there are tens of thousands of others that failed trying. And just the same, remember, for every successful channel in that niche, there's most likely hundreds at least of other channels that did not succeed. So make sure you're surveying the entire landscape within that niche and not just assuming that it has potential solely based on the fact that you've identified one channel that's doing good in it. Ultimately, it's about supply and demand, as any real business is. So try to do plenty of market research to validate that niche by searching YouTube vigorously. Find successful channels, find unsuccessful channels, and get an entire picture of the entire landscape. You can gauge the potential of a niche by supply versus demand. So ideally, like I said before, you want to stay away from topics that don't have interest. The easiest place to start is a topic that already has interest and people are already searching and looking for that topic. That way you don't have to manufacture the interest for your videos. And more importantly, that way YouTube will have a pool of people already on YouTube that they'll know to suggest that content to. But with that said, you also need to make sure that there's not too much competition and too many other channels already seeing success and making content about that topic too. Because if that's the case, it'll be extremely competitive and you'll be fighting tooth and nail for views in the future and on any other videos you create. It's funny to me too because people will spend hours and hours creating videos and posting them, but they struggle to spend 10 minutes doing market research before settling down and picking a niche choice, when that's literally one of, if not the most important parts of it. You need to pick a niche that has lots of interest and not that much competition yet. You also need to make sure that the videos that you're creating topics on already have that interest as well. That's crucial. If you're struggling to make videos that get views, it's either one of two things. So either the voiceover or video graphics are bad, and that usually is not the case, especially if you're using what we've already covered to make those, or more usually it's the video topic just doesn't have interest and it's not that intriguing. Finally, make sure you're studying YouTube and what the latest retention tactics are. Use them to your advantage. This is a hack. Listen to interviews with people like Mr. Beast and other successful YouTubers who are currently crushing it on the platform. Study how they create thumbnails, study how they create titles, study how they create hooks in the beginning of their videos, and how they build their audience and intrigue their viewers. All of these are things that can make the difference between getting thousands of views on your videos versus just a dozen or so. On YouTube, video views are exponential. A video that's just 20% better won't get just 20% more views. It might get 200,000 more. So constantly study YouTube, study your craft, look at your analytics, and make sure that you're taking this seriously. If you're constantly improving the quality of your videos and you're constantly creating videos on in-demand topics, you'll inevitably see success with this, I promise you.